There we are. There we are, with sound. Welcome, my name is Ike, this is Switzerland.playit. It's Taggin time. The Angry Game News, every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I try to present to you the news of gaming, pop culture, shows, movies, a little bit like that, with my touch. Sometimes I'm getting angry. Just like last week with the fucking climate change game by Sony on the PS5, for example. That was on Wednesday or Thursday. Just go look it up. Because you can watch every show on my channels, mainly on Rumble, primarily on Rumble, here, Switzerland Play It, on YouTube, the same name, Twitch, and Kick. On Twitch, I don't pay a lot of attention. I mean, I see the chats when some chat is popping up. I never had a real chat there, besides months and months ago for testing. Friends helped me test it out. Other than that, Twitch is maybe a lost cause, I don't know. But the show are recorded mainly on Rumble and YouTube, so there you go. And we have a lot to cover, actually, because it was a weekend, and usually on weekend, news come out on Mondays on many platforms, on many sites. You get just here and there sporadic, spread out, minor news, but mainly they come all on Monday, all at once. And you can go on my website, switzerlandplayit.com, to just see all the sources too, if you miss maybe a source somewhere else. Final Fantasy XIV's most controversial third-party plugin used for in-game stalking has been shut down. I didn't know there was a plugin like that. I played Final Fantasy XIV maybe for 3 months in total. Was not my game. It was okay, but not my MMO. The only MMO I really played a lot was World of Warcraft. But there was supposedly a plugin that received or collected in between data from the communication and the client on servers, and there was like an ID attached to every player, and there you could connect it with the public information out there on Square Enix page, and combine like this character belongs to this and that account and all that. So that's what Square Enix didn't intend to happen. They didn't like that behavior, and they put a cease and desist letter to the creator. And now this plugin called Player Scope has vanished, not to be found anymore. And the creator assured everybody, yeah, I deleted everything. No database is remaining on the GitHub. Even the GitHub page itself just vanished and all that. So can we trust that? One part I found interesting, which was what the developer said to us, to the player base more. We try to offer and maintain a safe environment for our players, which is why we ask everyone to refrain from using third-party tools, said Yoshida back in January. In February, Square Enix stated it was making changes to how characters were blacklisted, although third-party tools were able to get around this, something the company admitted was very problematic. While it had countermeasures in place, Square Enix did not disclose what those were. So in February, this update came for the game, and you could put yourself on a blacklist, not to be shown anywhere and all that, to have a bit bigger privacy. But this tool still saw all the data in the client and being transmitted and all that, and still could combine characters with accounts, and they didn't want that. So it seems like a problem on Square Enix side, though. Why would you attach and make it public somewhat to see those data points, you know? But that's just me. And yeah, this plugin is not anymore, and people have more privacy. Maybe good news, maybe bad news for plugin creators, who knows? You tell me. And here's also linked, everything is linked down below in the video description, the statement on the Square Enix forum themselves. Something we never will see, most likely never. Report a look into Dungeons & Dragons cancelled open world RPG, Project Dante, gameplay and concept art unearthed. So in 2021, the Wizard of the Coast announced this game, that the game will come out, and they put Hidden Path Entertainment in charge of that. They made the Age of Empires 2 HD remake, and they were put in charge with that. But the Wizard of the Coast just canceled a lot of other projects too. And now the studio, the creators had to lay off 44 people, and most likely this will never see the light of the day from any other studio either. But the music and one of the music creator and the composer showed us in a video. I'm not going to play the whole thing here. You watch it for yourself, please. Like the development stage, where they were and what they brought to you know. And it looked very rough because it was in the end of the life cycle. In 2023, it was then cancelled. Like they were 2.5 years, more or less, or maybe 3 years into the development. And it looks rough, but overall, it doesn't look like bad in the sense of it looks very fantasy-like, and maybe people would have enjoyed it. But in the video, it is very choppy, and everything is unfinished, of course. On Kick, Amelia Jordan, that's game good. How is going? How is your life going? Ahoy there on Kick, but I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to contact you on Discord. Thank you very much. 3 years after the first film, the Batman 2 script is expected to hit James Gunn's desk in a matter of days, with filming to start in 2026. I reported a few times now on Superman and James Gunn and his behavior and how he is an idiot in my opinion. And he stated actually that the Batman 2 will come out, but it's just separated from his DC extended universe. That movie is gonna happen too, but it's not connected to my stuff. But he is still like the because he's the chief of the DC Studios. He has like the oversight of every script, what will be greenlit and all that. And he has not received the script yet, so he might have lied to us, and who knows? Maybe the script is not beloved by him. Maybe he doesn't appreciate what's in the script and all that, and he might just cancel that right away. After people waited almost now for 1.5 years, because it was supposed actually to be released 2025. But in between, from the last movie, they got the Batman 1, which was 2021, 22-ish, depends on where it was released, cinemas or on streaming. The DC studio got James Gunn as their boss, and yeah, there we are. Since then, nothing happened really anymore. And hopefully the script is good, and because the first one was pretty well received, not amazingly, but pretty well received. It made a little bit money. And I find just one piece of in this article interesting. It was this one. The Batman hit theaters in 2022 and was a massive critical and financial success, which was not the case. It was a success, but was not massive. The movie itself cost reportedly about 200 million, and you can add like a 100 million marketing, PR commercials and all that on top of that. So you had at least 300 million to gain back, at least to make it even, right? And globally, the movie made about 770-ish million in the theaters. And it was also released on HBO Max and sold on other streaming platforms with licenses. So you can round up maybe another 100 million, which makes it, maybe we can round it to 850 million-ish on this end, and just half of it gets the studio back. So 850 million-ish minus 300 minus the half of it. It's 425-ish minus 300. It's about 125-ish to 150 million max in profits. So is it massive? We don't know how much it made like in streaming actually, because mainly it comes those data points from HBO Max, which belongs to Warner Bros, which belongs DC Studios belongs to Warner Bros. So it's like a little circle in there. Anyhow, I have to go to a lot of stuff today, so nobody's chatting. Maybe I have enough time. I have not to react to many chats. China's next big game is wowing fans with its high gloss action. So after Wukong, Black Myth, China is going to bring you another like a lore, China myth lore-ish stuff into your PC or console. And we have here like a 5-minute trailer, gameplay stuff about the world and what it is about and the characters and all that. I'm not going to play that. It's too long. It looks nice. It looks like promising in a sense of visually, but I wouldn't pay too much attention to that, especially because it comes from China. That's one reason why I didn't got a Black Myth Wukong, is because it comes from China. And I don't know if you can play that title without any internet connection and all that. I assume not. I assume it's tied to some copy protection measurements, and I don't like that shit. Any game that requires me online connection, no matter how long I play it, if it's not an online play, if it's not a multiplayer game, I'm not interested really. And I think we shouldn't praise it too much, what comes from China, even if it looks like good visually, if it has like busty woman with big chest and nice asses and all that. That's just to make your mind go numb and say, yes, please, titties. No, it comes from China. Don't trust the Chinese just because it looks more pretty. Don't be a gooner. Don't be a stupid gooner. This game looks visually fine. It even in this article, it's a lame article. It mentions like it looks, and it looks like that though. It looks like that. So it's very spot on in my opinion. The whole trailer looks like a mixture of Uncharted with Assassin's Creed. Especially the camera movement, it's very the same visually, the texture style and all that. Very, very the same like those games actually. And yeah, it's just high gloss for sure. Is it going to be nice gameplay? Who knows? We have to wait. We have to wait for quite a while now. It's going to be making money though. Looking at Black Myth Wukong was a good success. Chinese production there. They make good money selling their products worldwide, but producing it for way less money. Go watch the trailer for yourself and decide if that's a game for you. It looks pretty, but other than that, I'm not trusting the Chinese just because of games. No, thank you. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom players discover Switch 2 exclusive exploit that lets you summon horses, Ganon, and an infinite herd of unpettable dogs. This article tells us a little bit that you can exploit the Switch 2 with old save files from Switch 1. The Legend of Zelda Tears of Kingdoms dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 version might seem minimally different from the outside, but what if I told you that you could make infinite herds of horses and doggos rain down from the sky? That $10 upgrade seems a little less offensive, huh? Not if you know what you also need, the rest. Still, the Switch 2 edition of Tears of Kingdom bumps up the open world game's resolution and frame rate, which could get quite choppy when moving between Hyrule's 3 layers. But the brand new stuff came via Zelda's Node. Notes, a section of the Nintendo app that lets you earn achievements, sets GPS waypoints, and view your stats. And in Tears of Kingdom, you can even automatically recreate the community's wildest creations with a handy auto-build feature. All you need is the relevant QR code, Zelda notes, and voila, you can have access to all the Korok torture devices you can imagine. Although some players are now using the feature to summon things Nintendo didn't exactly intend for. The Switch 2 exclusive exploit was brought to our attention by Can You Pet a Dog? The internet page that, wait for it, keeps track of whether you can pet cats, dogs, lizards, and animals in a bunch of games. You still can't pet dogs in Tears of Kingdom for some reason, but you can summon them and horses and Ganon and pretty much anything else in the game. Nintendo Live also explains that you'll need a modded save file and access to a modded Switch 1 console, plus the base game, before you carry your data over to the Switch 2 version. Then you'll need to find a QR code online hosting whatever item or character it is you want summon. Is it feasible just for a little exploit to summon Ganons and horses and all that? I don't know. And I assume Nintendo is gonna fix that somehow. It's gonna close this little exploit door there. But there's a possibility. I just find it a little bit strange that you need also a Switch 2, a Switch 1, a modded one, and a modded save file and all that. Can't you just download one save file from the internet and just combine it? I don't know. I don't own the game. Now to one main attraction of the day. This Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy card just sold for more than some annual salaries. It's been a week since Magic the Gathering's Final Fantasy collaboration officially hit shelves, and in the time since, we have witnessed some truly staggering prices on select single cards. I reported that they are going to do the Final Fantasy cards. That was 2 weeks ago, 1.5 weeks ago. Those luckily enough to pull certain versions of the series borderless. Search foil characters cards, for example, could fetch anywhere from $200 to $700 for them right now. And yet, absolutely none of these prices compare to what one of the series serialized golden traveling chocobos just sold for. That's how the card looks. In my opinion, very lame. I must say, it doesn't appeal to me. Maybe it's like shining gold on the card itself. Looks maybe a little bit more fancy. I don't know about the stats. Are they good? Are they bad? You need to tell me, because I don't play with those cards. I don't know any cards, no decks, nothing. As part of a limited run of 77, it's not particularly shocking. Golden Traveling Chocobo would be worth a substantial amount of money. That said, according to a recent eBay listing, Golden Traveling Chocobo, issue number 41, just sold for a whopping $40,000. Though this is actually $10,000 less than the store's originally asked price. This is also slightly more the average American's annual salary, according to a recent US Census report. Though the listing no longer shows the exact price of the accepted offer, those who have a seller's profile on eBay can visit the site's research tab, search the card, and view what similar items have sold for. Considering the card is one of a kind, it is currently the only item listed and shows it sold for $40,000. Oh, and don't forget the $391 for shipping. That's just the average shipping for sold stuff. You're not going to ship it for that price without any signature and all that. I don't know why you include such a stupid phrase there. Since its release, demand for these cards caused price to skyrocket, whereas the set 4 Commander decks are meant to retail for $70. Final Fantasy VII's Limit Break deck is currently listed for $110 on TCG Player, while 14 Skynes and Spellcrafts and 10s Counter Blitz rest at $90. Thankfully, 6 fans can still pick up Revival Trends for its original price. Collector's boosters, which are normally priced at $38, are setting players back anywhere from $80 to $110 currently, which is crazy. That's like double, almost triple the price. Almost triple the price of a regular little booster pack. An unopened box of 12 collector's boosters is currently listed for $1,170 on TCG Players. I just pointed that out because, for myself mainly, those prices are insane. So you have 150 cards, 180 cards for $1,449.59. So the price even has risen from that. Maybe if I refresh the page, it might change again. Let's find out live. No, it's the same. So $330 more than they told us here in this article. For 180 cards. I don't know who is buying those cards, but they have too much fucking money, in my opinion. Maybe they want to resell that stuff. I don't know. But if you find a golden chocobo, maybe it is worth for you. I don't know. I don't think so. But what the fuck do I know? I don't have the money. I don't have the cards. New Marvel DC crossover has Kevin Smith returning to Green Arrow and Daredevil, Jeff the Land Shark frolicking with Crypto, and Wonder Woman meeting Captain America. So we have a crossover here from DC and Marvel, which happens very rarely because they are enemies, right, in their own territories. But yes, there they are, giving us some goodness. I mean, the artwork looks nice and all that, but other than that, I don't see any appeal. And I have just my theory. I don't read comics. I don't have comics, so it doesn't matter too much what I think about it. Why they're doing that is because comics are dying. Comics are dying on both ends, DC and Marvel, and they're making shit over shit, piles of shits, and nobody really cares anymore. It's just happening out there. People are just collecting them. A few hardcore fans, maybe you can name them that. But yeah, it doesn't save them. It just doesn't. The stories might be good though. I think they have a few names some comic fans might recognize. We have Kelly Thompson, artist Giri Hiru, and what was the other guy? Terry Datson, and some Italian guy. One or two names I've seen myself in the past. But other than that, will that save them? Ahoy, Godzilla. Kevin Smith is gay. He might be. He might like them wieners. I don't know. I don't know any more information about that. But yeah, go look at the artwork. Is that something for you? Will that save them? Will that make it more appealing to people? I doubt. I just doubt. The stories have to be good. The stories have to be good and no more woke crap in it. And maybe people are going to like your stuff again. Maybe they even might demand more crossovers. And then you are in a shithole of troubles. Kevin Smith used to be cool. I think he cooked out, if I remember correctly. I remember like last big appearance, like on social media, was his cry video. I don't know what he cried about, but I don't care. Because you don't do that. As a big creator of anything, you don't go and cry in front of a camera about your passion in a hobby. Not really. Don't do that. You can be emotional, but don't cry. He killed He-Man. Was he involved in the new He-Man? Is that what you're telling me? The fans backlashed, so he cried. Might be the case. How about you cry about the Sega store, though? Sega reveals Sega Store Tokyo is on the way. We have like an 18 and 15 to 18 seconds clip here. I'm not going to play it. Doesn't matter because that's what you're going to see. It's this screen is the only thing you're going to really see. Sega is launching a new store in Tokyo, Japan. Sega Store Tokyo. Sega didn't share any specifics when it announced the news on social media, but the new store is expected to open in Shibuya's Parco department complex, near the official Capcom store, a Pokemon Center, and Nintendo Tokyo 2. The accompanying 18-second teaser doesn't give much away, sadly, but Sega's transmedia boss Justin Scarpone told VGC last year that it was the time to put Sega brand and not just Sonic in front of consumers. Well, that might be the point where you already lost me. And I hope your store doesn't do too well, because if you view me only as a consumer and not as a customer, you know, that I come into your store and you offer the customer something, and just see me as a dollar sign, as a consumer of your products only. No, thank you. You lost my interest already. Our portfolio is very broad, but the common thread is the Sega brand, Scarpone said at the time. Sega already has a surprising amount of a fandom as a brand, and we need to look after those fans and offer new experiences to them, while putting the stamp of Sega on it more proudly. It's really exciting, and we need to do a lot more of that, because Sega is a consumer brand that is surprisingly not in front of consumers enough. Sonic is, but Sega isn't. I'm not consuming. If I'm consuming anything, it's Sonic. If I'm consuming anything, it's Sonic in a product. But I'm not consuming Sega, the brand. That's stupid. That's brand worshipping, and you never should worship a brand, because that makes you blind. That makes you take bad. That makes you make bad decisions and all kinds of stupid things. A second store is also expected to open in Shanghai, but as yet there's no news of an expansion into Europe or America. Alex recently caught up with Takashi Iizuka, the Sonic series producer who first worked on the franchise just 2 years into his career, and so on and so forth. Yeah. I mean, it's, I think, nice, but I think you are like maybe 2.5 decades too late for a Sega store. Yeah, and those statements about consumers, you might be already doomed. Who knows? We have to wait when the stores open, and you're gonna have a lot of Sonic stuff anyway, because Sonic is the driving force. Sega lately, I don't know any big games that make me excited about them, I have to say. This game might make people exciting. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't make me exciting, though. Sonic Racing Crossworlds reveals Nickelodeon collaboration that adds SpongeBob SquarePants, Avatar, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guest characters. Earlier this month, Sega confirmed Sonic Racing Crossworlds guest characters such as Hatsune Miku, Ichiban Kazuka, Joker from Persona 5, and even Steve, Alex, and Creeper from Minecraft. Very important. Creeper from Minecraft is in this racer. But the guest characters do not stop there. Sega has now announced a Nickelodeon collaboration that brings SpongeBob SquarePants to the track, and teases Avatar and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles characters down the line. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a kart racer packed with Sega characters, and as such celebrates the company's history. In addition, big name guest characters are helping to flesh out the roster of racers. As part of that, those who buy the Sonic Racing Crossworlds Digital Deluxe Edition get the Season Pass, which includes the Nickelodeon content as well as the recently announced Minecraft characters, vehicles, and tracks. characters from the Netflix series Sonic Prime, and 2 more yet to be announced collaborations. The trailer below shows off SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick Star racing the Patty Wagon, a vehicle shaped like a Krabby Patty from SpongeBob SquarePants series, across the Bikini Bottom track. Bikini Bottom is blah blah blah. Yeah, nobody cares. Sega has said the Crossworlds will feature a huge roster of overplayable characters, if you include DLC. Characters you expect to see, such as Sonic, Dr. Eggman, Knuckles, Shadow, and Tails, are present and correct. But now you can add the likes of SpongeBob SquarePants into the mix. Another one who wants to give me whatever on Kick earnings, 20,000 per month. Yeah, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you. They are racist. Not really, no, that's the point. They take everything for money. They take every character for money. IGN recently ran the hands-on with Sonic Racing Crossworld and came away impressed. It's a vibe, we said, and one that I've enjoyed and will look forward drifting through. Yeah. I don't think this is gonna be a very looked after and very sought after racer, mainly because of the price. I was interested, like, in the sense of, what are they gonna give me for what price? And you're gonna pay $70 for the basic version, meaning not including those characters, those special guest characters. That is in the deluxe edition is $90. So they lost me on the $70. It would be for me a hard, super, very hard sell, even for $60. For $40, I would say, hey, heck yeah, why not? Competition, you can play it on PC. I'm buying the Switch 2 with Mario Kart World, so why not give it a shot, you know? $40, that would be for me like, okay. And for $70, I thought you would get SquarePants and all that, but yeah, in the article I just read it, no. You need the deluxe version, $90. Heck no. It's a dead on arrival for me, no matter how much fun it might be. But if you don't get like more for the buck, that's not worth, man. It would make sense, $70 with those guest characters, in my opinion. It would make sense because you buy in licenses, right? And you need to make the money back. More characters, more different faces, more different figures and all that. You need to make their money back, but you don't get that on those characters. So what's the point in that price point? For a racer, which is in competition with a Switch, despite being a Switch 2 game, Mario Kart World, heck no. I don't think you're going to make your money back on that one. I don't think you're going to make money back on that. The race hands, they are racists. Yes, I know. I will never buy 70 plus. It depends on the game. If the game offers you like a lot of value, a lot of gameplay, a lot of hours in it, why not? The price is not like the main driving factor of a game, but it shouldn't scare you off. And this game scares me off with $70 for the basic version. I don't know why they do that. They think they can get away with it. I don't think it's going to work out for them, but we have to wait and see. It will come out in, what was it, September 25th, 15th, something like that. Mid-September. So we're going to have to wait 2.5 months, something like that. And then, yeah, then we will see how well this will go price-wise. But Sega has no fucking saying when they don't make the money back, because they have been warned. People don't like expensive shit for no good reason. Just because you think it's okay. What's okay is this one. This one is a nice finding, actually. YouTube is hiding an excellent official high-speed Pac-Man mod in plain sight. Not really. The original Pac-Man is unquestionably a video game classic, well deserving of its position in the inaugural class of Strong Museum of Play's World Video Game Hall of Fame. What a title. But playing the unmodified 1980s release these days can feel a little slow-paced and repetitive, given advancements in game design and taste in the intervening decades. So when I noticed a game called Pac-Man Superfast sitting on the YouTube Playables, heading on Google's popular video site the other day, my first thought was, wait, how fast is Superfast exactly? My second thought was, wait, what the heck is YouTube Playables? That was my thought too, actually. That was the exact same thought I had when I heard Playables. And this article goes like in depth of the versions and what Google did and YouTube did with the Playables, and into details about the game, what is included and how it feels and what items you have and all that. So go read it for yourself. I want to point out on YouTube, there is this page. It's interactive. You use your mouse here to tap. Can click on praise to play. You're not hearing shit because I muted it. Now you hear it, and I am playing on YouTube this interactive Pac-Man version, super fast. Oh shit, and lost. With my arrow keys, which I just found interesting, and that YouTube doesn't show this more to people. I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with licenses these days. I don't know. But YouTube launched like this page, when was it? A year ago? A little bit longer than a year ago? Or at least they published it, showed it to the world. If you go just on youtube.com/playables, it doesn't work on my end, unfortunately. Might have something to do with the region. Check it out for yourself. youtube.com/playables, and you have like the regular mobile games. Angry Birds is there. Wonder of Words, Cut the Rope, and all those are mentioned here. And you are seeing here a little clip. What other games are there? But it doesn't work on my end. More than 75 games are now available to play directly on YouTube. So that's just interesting that YouTube very silently published that stuff and doesn't tell you. Go play Pac-Man. Link down below. Link down below. Test it out. Is it reacting well enough for you? You tell me. I just found that very, very interesting. What is not very, very interesting, but maybe still relevant? Ahoy haste. World of Warcraft news. It's a stupid news. It's absolutely retarded. And I'm not going to read the whole article, like on many articles, but I want to point out stuff. WoW is getting a new, highly requested emote for the first time in 17 years. World of Warcraft's major 11.2 Ghost of Karesh update will add a highly requested feature fans have been waiting for years, to the ability to lean. Yeah, for years we have all waited for that. Yes, as spotted by Wowhead, the /lean emote is finally being added to Blizzard's MMORPG. It's the first major emote addition since 2008, when a large list of emotes were added as part of the game's Wrath of the Lich King expansion. So that's what makes people these days excited, those wannabe Warcraft fans. The lean emote, really? That's your level of excitement. If that's the level of your excitement, I don't want to know you. I just don't want to know you. Because in my opinion, you're lame. And do you remember the more important parts of adding or more deleting emotes. /spit. Can you use that again? I doubt it. A few years ago, maybe that's now almost 5 years ago or some crap, World of Warcraft Blizzard removed the /spit emote. I mean, you can still type it if you have not a target in your, if you have no NPC or a player in your target, it will do nothing. If you have don't have any target, it's going to spit on the ground. That's all it does. But that you can't even spit on NPCs tells me all I need to know these days from Blizzard, really. You're protecting NPCs, literally. You're protecting NPCs from harassment or some shit. But yes, there you are. That would get some people excited. The lean emote. Now you can lean on stuff. Is it not harassment if somebody just leans on me instead of spitting on me in the game? I don't know, man. People are going retarded more and more from day to day. Duke Nukem rights acquired by Devil May Cry and Castlevania showrunner. Netflix, Castlevania, and Devil May Cry showrunner Adi Shankar has turned his attention to the Duke Nukem series after acquiring the screen rights from Gearbox Software. The animated adaptation creative lead teased his next project during an interview with Esquire. Although projects like Devil May Cry Season 2 are currently top of mind, it sounds like something based on the legendary tongue-in-cheek first-person shooter franchise is currently in the works. I am being approached by I'm being approached with different IPs and companies that want to work with me, Shankar said. I bought the rights to Duke Nukem, not the gaming rights, but I bought it from Gearbox. Duke Nukem is an unmistakably 90s video game franchise that got its start in 1991, but it wasn't until 1996 that it would find its FPS footing with Duke Nukem 3D. Although a laundry list of sequels arrived throughout the 15 years that followed, its 2011 entry, Duke Nukem Forever, was heavily criticized by critics and fans alike. The PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era title did so much to damage the blonde buzzcut hero's reputation that there has not been a new Duke installment since. I don't know many games after Duke Nukem 3D. I know about this one 2.5D side-scroller like one. Other than that, what Duke Nukem Atom something? I don't remember even the title. Doesn't matter. But there were not a lot of Duke Nukem really sequels after 3D. And Duke Nukem Forever was like a nothing burger. It didn't play very well at the very beginning. It had some glitches and all that. After the patches, though, it was just a regular, still kind of cheeky, okay shooter. I bought it on release day. I just wanted it after waiting for so long for a new Duke Nukem and new like cheeky and sassy and badass Duke. I just wanted it from the very beginning. It was okay. It was not like anything amazing. Visually, actually, I think in that time when it was released, it was very okay visually. But it didn't set any like bars higher or lower or anything like that. It was very okay. Very okay. That's all I can say. There was two PlayStation 1 games. There was two PlayStation 1 games. I don't remember them. Time to Kill, Land of the Babes. Okay. That's what Godzilla said. Time to Kill and Land of the Babes. But yeah, but that's not a lot in 15 years. So that's really just not even a handful, right? But there you go. The guy who made Castlevania anime and Devil May Cry. Castlevania, the first 2 seasons, I actually enjoyed. After that, I just forgot about it. I haven't checked out Devil May Cry, the anime, because there was actually already an anime like a decade and a half ago, back in the days, which was, I think, better than this one. Yeah. Is it gonna be good? What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be a movie? Maybe only a show? Maybe a live action show? We have no other information than that Shankar got the rights to not a game, but something else by Gearbox for Duke Nukem. Time will tell, as usual. Land of the Babes, only women are left. Aliens killed all the men except Duke, and he is the single-handedly repopulate Earth. Yeah, that means incest is gonna happen no matter what. Just say. Incest is gonna happen no matter what. More animated news. That's just a little side note. Animated Lord of the Rings movie gets new Blu-ray edition next week. So finally, the US, or let's say North America, got a Blu-ray release, an official one. And it's going to be released. I forgot. Doesn't matter. Go check the link. Released June. Oh, this week. Tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be released. Go pre-order if you like the animated one. Now in its full 1080p glory. It's an old school cartoon, you know, old school drawn stuff. It looks like fine, but you're not going to get the full experience because it's only up to the Fellowship and a little bit of the not the Two Towers. I forgot. No, it is the Two Towers. Like to the middle of it. It was successful in the cinemas back then. It made its money back and some profit, but it never got finished, which is a bummer. The story never got finished. People are all being left. What is going to happen? I'm not reading the books. But yeah, there you go. Buy the animated one, special edition, deluxe edition, remastered. I wonder what's going to be remastered though. I hope for some comparisons. I like stuff like that. See if they had like original 35mm film and rescanned it frame by frame, cleaned it up and all that, you know. Might look better than ever. Who knows? What doesn't look really good, and I'm not gonna show the 21-minute long, as I watched it myself on the side while I was gathering news today. The Blood of Dawnwalker 21-minute gameplay overview. Publisher Bandai Namco and developer Rebel Wolves have released a 21-minute gameplay overview video for The Blood of Dawnwalker, featuring a presentation of some of the game's features and mechanics. And here you can read like certain key points of the game, how it works. So he's like a guy who is, when in daytime he's a regular human. In nighttime he's turning into this vampire, so he can walk freely any time of the day or night, and he can walk even more freely, walk more freely in nighttime, which is cool. I watched the gameplay. It looks really good. I have just to say that it has a very unique fighting mechanics. So you're fighting in real time, but while you're fighting, you have special abilities when the screen stops, and you can select your special abilities, and some abilities use your blood and all that. But overall, it looks very, very much like The Witcher 3. No surprise there, because all developers from Witcher 3, from CD Projekt Red, got out of the company there and formed the Rebel Wolves and are making this one, and it looks very similar. If you like the play style, you know, how it feels, just as a viewer, it feels the same like The Witcher 3. Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Not sure yet. Even the menu in the game is all this color scheme, Witcher 3 all over the place, man. But it looks fine. It looks fine. I'm interested in it. We're gonna see how much crap is in it. Speaking of CD Projekt Red, The Witcher 4 dev says it's very clear that Ciri is in the right choice, is the right choice of protagonist, but that players shouldn't make opinions until the game is out. I love when people, developer or publisher, tell me what I should think, what I absolutely should think, or that I'm not kind of allowed to have an opinion yet. Speaking to Games Radar, Jan Harmanovitz, engineering production manager on the recent Witcher 4 tech demo, said that when the game will be out, you'll be able to see for yourself and fully embrace her character, her story, and I think that will be the moment to make opinions and make the calls. In other words, players shouldn't be making up their minds about CD Projekt Red's choice of main character years before getting to play as them. No. Opinions, people can make their opinions any fucking time. You are not to tell people if they can make up their mind or not already. Might be a stupid thing to do it right now. Sure, I agree. But people have made their mind up about Ciri's face in the very first trailer. Everybody remembers that who saw that trailer. Like, it was a woman, but it was this Ciri we knew from The Witcher 3, who looked good, who looked cute, just uglified. She still didn't look like super bad or ugly, but she was uglified. From the reference she had once, she was uglified. And surprise, surprise, people made up their mind that it is ugly. And even a bigger surprise, you listened to the people and their opinions. You listened to those opinions about being uglified in that character, and you change it for the new gameplay you showed recently, 2 weeks ago. So you, asshole, don't tell me what I should think or not think and state my opinion in public, because obviously it makes you move around and then change stuff and make it better for the players, because that's what matters. Our enjoyment, not your fucking enjoyment in creating the game only. If you want to do that, fine, but don't cry later if people are not going to buy your stuff. So there you have it. I'm not going to read the whole article here on stream. Doesn't matter. I just want to point out that another dev who tells you you shouldn't think what you're thinking. Stupid. Stupid. You lost me even more. I had already a very, very low interest in that game, and with statements like that, you're not going to make me buy it. That's all. New Pixar movie Elio has the studio's worst ever opening at the box office, and it's sparked a discussion about why. No, not really. Not really. That's what they try to tell you in this article by Games Radar. Bad reviews can't be blamed for low turnout either. Critics and viewers alike are reacting positively to the movie, and it's currently certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with a critic score of 84 and an audience score of 91. Instead, the internet seems to think another issue is at hand: a lack of marketing from Disney. Oh, now you blame the marketing. You can't blame really racism this time. Not even like, I don't know what you would blame usually. White man, you can't blame those either, right? But it made so less money that you blame the marketing, the lack of marketing. So you're telling me they needed like a 100 million marketing budget for this film too? Is that the case? No. If that would be the case, the word of mouth would go around, and we're going to see a uprise in the next 2 weeks. Every weekend from now on, it should be uprising in the viewer numbers, right? If it's about a marketing issue. If the movie is so highly rated, it's going to have the word of mouth propaganda, right? And it's going to be so successful, right? I love when they try to search for new stuff, new excuses for their lack of creativity, lack of good stories, lack of even visual fidelity. Like this looks like a TV show. This looks like a regular today's TV show. That doesn't look like anything amazing. It had a budget, according to them, 150 million US dollars. So another flop for their books, and they blame it on marketing. With they, I mean mainly the Games Radar. Disney, probably Pixar, has no idea what they are doing at this point. You remember Lightyear, the big success, Lightyear, where they changed the Tim Toolman guy, huh? with Chris Evans, because they thought that was a good idea and make it woke and gay and lame. How big of success was that? Was it also marketing? I saw the trailer of this when it was published very early on, and I hated it because there was one phrase in the middle of the trailer which gives a bad message to everybody. Fake it, pause, till you make it. From that moment on, I was like, fuck off. Not interested. That's a stupid message to give to children, especially. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, don't be honest. Just go on. Fake it. As long as you not get caught, everything is going to be all right, man. Sure. Whatever you think. New images from the Return to Silent Hill are being compared to a porn parody as Baldur's Gate 3 devs ask, is this meant to be a deterrent? And I just want to show you like the first screenshots we got from discussing film on X. Not even like official anything. And I don't know if we can judge. It looks cheap and ugly, and I didn't like it myself, but yeah, I mean, so I checked out the original pictures. That's like the original resolution. It's big in the sense of it's filling up your screen, but with a little bit trained eye, you see it's low resolution actually, and it was upscaled with AI. So in my opinion, we are looking at some pictures made with a phone camera, with a bad one actually, and it was upscaled with AI, and I think it is a leak. There's no way this is official. It's gonna look better. It's gonna look better because you see, it's a low resolution picture, upscaled. It looks bad. The colors are off. The lighting is off. I think that's just behind the scene. Somebody with a phone camera just made pictures and sent it to somebody else. And Discussing Film got hold of those pictures, and yeah, it looks like a porn parody. It looks bad for sure. Yes. Last little news, and then we are done. And I did it perfectly. They get high of their own farts. They do, and believe their own hype. Oh, they try to hype it. They don't. I don't think they even believe it. I think they try to really hype their own stuff and try to tell you what to think about their hype itself. So why do you show me a tech demo, but demand from me not having an opinion about the visuals, no, and about the characters? Why you show me that in the first place then? Keep your mouth and shut and just publish it when it's ready and it's done. Beware, the pre-owned Switch 2 you're thinking about buying might already be bricked. I reported last Friday, actually, was that, or Thursday? Now it must have been Friday, about more bricked stuff. Nintendo has become increasingly draconian in its efforts to prevent piracy, most recently adding words to its EULA that claim it has the right to brick your console if it doesn't like what you use it for. And following the release of the Switch 2, the Japanese company isn't holding back. Many new console owners have reported they are unable to use any online functions after Nintendo detected them attempting to use MIG cards. Now it seems some users who've triggered this block are selling their broken consoles to unsuspecting buyers. Yeah, I told everybody already, That's a bad move by Nintendo. I think there must be another way to prevent mainly cheaters from online services. But that's not the way to go. You don't fucking break and just exclude people completely from there. Usually paid the online services just because they try some stuff on their hardware. I'm going to repeat myself again here too. Yes, it is possible to cheat and to do all kinds of stuff and probably pirate games and copy games and move games and all that stuff with the new added hardware and then cards and software glitches, exploits, and all that. Yes, it is possible. But you're just punishing now regular people because they don't know what they are buying. They trust on eBay the seller on eBay might protect you, but usually it's a big hassle and back and forth work, and you have lost your money at that point. You might buy it for, I don't know, $400, $450 used. That don't tell you more. You try to connect and the seller can say, well, I don't know, it worked. I don't know what to tell you, it worked. And he's maybe out. And Nintendo is making a mess here right now. Probably it's going to get worse. I don't think they are having a good approach. And just putting it in your ULA, I think that's not enough. I don't think that. Will it hold up? That's another different question. Maybe they'll have a lawsuit sooner than later, hopefully, and have to change stuff. Because usually in Europe, mainly actually, despite being very socialistic in Europe, right? For customers and consumers, they try to change certain stuff, actually. Sometimes. Not always, but that might be a case where Nintendo has to roll back some of their decision and doing it in a lawful manner. That was it for today, man. Not a lot of chats, but we had Godzilla, Eden, and Haste around. And you can always rewatch that stuff. Every 10 a.m. Eastern, the Angry Game News here on Switzerland Play It. As a what, it's there. It's short, 1 hour for getting a lot of game, show, and movie news, I think. That's a bunch. And I brought you a bunch over the weekend. I think you're informed now. You can make your own opinion. But don't make opinions about Siri and Witcher 4, man. You have to wait. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day wherever you are. You're going to see me next day, Tuesday, 10 a.m. as usual here on this channel. Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and mainly on Rumble. Switzerland Play It. Thank you. Bye-bye.